Hey, Shalom, Call Halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Chahodash, the ones that apostles of great millstone. It's Shalom to you brothers in the highways and byways, doing the work sincerely and faithfully, and continually fighting that good fight of faith. Lord willing, we're found in that number to be delivered. And likewise for some of you sisters out there who truly trust and believe in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, may you be found worthy as well. All right. So as of this past weekend, we had this but there was a big rally here in Boston concerning the issues of Ukraine. Okay. Now I'm going to say this. America is probably the biggest propaganda machine you could ever meet, man. All right. And all it has to do is put somebody's face on it, as they have been in the past. And all of a sudden the masses will come out of the woodwork, pushing that narrative of somebody's doing wrong or some country is not right, whatever the matter is. And here we have another issue with the masses, just secretly drinking the wine that, the Babylonian juice, drinking it down, without even taking steps to understand the matters of what's going on. All right? So let me start off with the book of Revelation 17:2. It says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. All right? So the inhabitants of the earth, all you have to do is here, and from this place known as Babylon, all you have to do is say, all right, this guy is doing bad. He's doing something wrong. And if people are not going to examine it, they're just going to be like, oh, he's doing something bad. And they just start pushing that word. And this is what you had, man. This is what you had here in Boston. Now, let me see. I'm gonna play the clip. The channel might get clipped. But, oh well, at this point, this is the news. It says thousands demonstrate in Boston in support of Ukraine, right? So let's play this quick clip.
Big turnout today in Boston as dozens took to the streets to march in support of Ukraine. But it wasn't just Boston. All across the world, country and state, similar rallies are happening.
You see that? All across the world, countries and states. All right? And the main propaganda machine is Babylon. This place. Persuading all these people by saying Vladimir Putin's a bad dude. You see? But once again, people are always looking for somebody to blame. There's no saying here in Babylon, you point the finger at somebody else, but you got three pointing right back at you. In this society, they love to point the finger. They love to jump on a bandwagon without knowing what the hell's going on. This is the American way.
Are happening, calling for the bloodshed to stop. NBC 10's Oscar Margain joins us live in Boston tonight with more. Oscar.
Hey, Christy. Here in Boston, rally organizers were expecting about 1,000 people to show up at the Boston Common. It ended up being much more than that. The rally extended at one point for about 2 miles in what has been the largest show of support for Ukraine here in Boston since the start of the war.
Support Ukraine!
An outcry of support for war-ridden Ukraine.
Hands off Ukraine!
And calls for Russian President Vladimir Putin to stop the bloodshed.
Stop the war!
Thousands of people from all walks of life rallying Sunday at the Boston Common.
I feel a tremendous sense of relief that we're not indifferent to this.
People who want to see violent conflict come to an end.
Our family over there, and we just...
All right, so enough of that. But once again, it's the propaganda machine that's putting the vibe out there that Russia has no business doing anything. As if Ukraine was just this small little country off to the side, minding their own business, and big bad wolf Russia is just going to come down and start, dropping bombs. There's a reason for everything. All right? And when you look at the leadership over in Russia, they're very smart men over there. And they know what capabilities they have as far as military might. All right? But sometimes you got to exercise that ability to show your strength, man. If people mistake your kindness for a weakness, they ain't gonna listen to you. Okay? But it goes deeper than that. But be it as it may, for the purpose of what this lesson's about, is America pushing that propaganda. You know? Getting all the people to come against Russia. Let me this is Nehemiah 3:1. It says, "Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery, and the prey departeth not." All right? And this is that bloody city, man. America has shed so much blood in a short period of time, man. I don't think it can be compared to all these other lands. Okay? But once again, nobody's pointing the finger at this place. This place went into Afghanistan. It went into Iraq. You know, they dabbled and dibbled a little bit over in Iran. They was up there in Turkey. They've been all over the place, man. Shedding blood. And you don't see any other nation coming out protesting, you know, saying America's doing wrong and America shouldn't be doing. You don't see that. It's only when anybody outside of America does something. Then you get the protesting, you got the marching, you know, you got the support lines. It was a support thing, aid for Ukraine or some shit. It kind of rhymed. All right, so they're generating all kinds of millions and millions of dollars. I'm telling you, man, it's just a matter of time before this place goes up in smoke. All right, so this is a bloody city, man, full of lies and robbery. Habakkuk 2:5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. And here you go again. Transgressing by wine, transgressing by their philosophies, in the things that they do, and the propaganda that they push. Okay? He is a proud man. You can't tell these devils nothing. You know? And at the end of the day, Vladimir Putin, you know, Joe Biden, and all the host of Edomites, that is just that. They're all Edomites, man. Fighting, you know, one another, as the scripture said, I'll set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. Okay, we know that to be these modern day Edomites, but the Lord is raising them up against one another. It says, neither keepeth at home. Right. So here you have this issue between Russia and Ukraine. That's an outside conflict that this place, Babylon the Great, should have no dealings with, man. Whatever they got going on over there, that's their business. And this is why this country is going down fast and furiously in a big ball of fire. As it says, neither keepeth at home. Meaning what? He can't keep his ass sit still. He can't sit still here. He got to be in everybody's business. He got to be Captain Save-A-Ho, walking around and going to different countries, trying to give them aid and humanity, you know, humanitarian services, so they can get the support from these little small countries. It says, who enlarges his desires as hell and as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And another means of doing that is by the social media service. Right? Pushing that propaganda, getting people to trying to persuade the people to believe every narrative that you put out there. Okay? Everything you put out there, the masses are going to suck it, drink it right down, and be fat and merry off the wine and bullshit and philosophies. All right? So we know he transgresses by wine. We know that what he does and how he does it is mean by pushing means of a narrative. All right? So this is manipulating the masses Woodrow Wilson in The Birth of American Propaganda. John Maxwell. All right? And this is exactly what we're talking about. Now, I just found this. I may have heard it years back, but I just found it because I thought it'd be fitting to implement into this lesson. And this is exactly what's going on. Manipulating the masses. Esau has mastered his craft when it comes to manipulating the masses, especially through social media. I mean, you're not going to get much, on your local ABCs and NBCs anymore. You don't get much news from them anymore. You might get a couple local things, but as far as the masses of the world, they're seeking to these outlets because they know that the majority of these outlets are pushing, truthful information. The American propaganda. This is where it starts, man. Right here. Nowhere else. Okay. Where we at here? I don't have my glasses, so bear with me. This is Proverbs 29:2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And all you people who are out there marching and protesting, you're going to find out real soon, okay, that you've been deceived, you've been duped, you've been lied to, you've been bamboozled. And believe it or not, a lot of people are waking up, man. Even though they already sipped on the juice, the venom, even though they already received some of that venom, it's too late now. But they're waking up. They're now, pushing that, maybe we got scammed. Maybe it was a big scam. But here, as we're reading, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. All right? And the wicked have been bearing rule. And now it's coming to a head. All right? There's no more mystery about who Esau is. Or Esau, Edom. There's no mystery. Okay? And for the things that are going on in the world, there's only one nation of people to point the finger to. Okay? But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And we're coming into some real sad times right now. Not sad in the sense that, a little boy lost his puppy, but sad in the sense that, there's so much information out there. There's so much out there, but people are just turning their nose up at it. Not even taking the time to consider maybe some of the things could be true. But all that being said, man, this is that seat. This is that big seat of manipulation. All right. So I'm gonna end it right there. This thing's gonna get a lot worse. And what I mean by that is not concerning this Ukraine shit, but here in Babylon the Great, man. They're going to push another narrative out there that's going to make the people really start questioning, the sincerity of these people's motives. All right? So with that, I'm going to say all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, I'll see you brothers in another show. I say shalom.